Essentially, you can get 2 to 4 credit cards approved per bureau. It's really just knowing which lenders pull what bureau and which are more inquiry sensitive than others. What is credit card stacking, and can a business really get $250,000 in funding even on a brand new LLC? If you're in the credit space, you've probably seen dozens of advertisements from funding companies claiming they can get you anywhere between $50,000 to $250,000 in zero interest business funding, even if your LLC is brand new. Now, while you might be quick to dismiss these claims or think that they're a load of baloney, I can assure you that while it might not be possible for the majority of people, it is possible for some. And in this video, I'm going to break down exactly how it works. If you're new to the channel, my name's Colin Matthew, and I'm the owner of Credit Veterans. If you need your credit fixed or your business funded, we do business funding and credit repair with no upfront fees. That means you pay nothing until all the work is done. Click the link in the description below to sign up for either business funding or credit repair, or to learn more about my one-on-one and group mentorship packages. So how do you get $250,000 or any funding for that matter, even on a brand new LLC? There are a lot of myths and rumors about business funding that has led to mass confusion about what it really takes to get business credit. On one side, there's a boatload of people telling you that you need to build business credit for your EIN and separate your personal from your business. And not only is that not necessary, but it's a huge waste of time and money, in my opinion. And that's because getting funding is simple, actually. You go to the banks and personally guarantee the business funding with good personal credit scores of 680 or higher. If you refuse to provide a personal guarantee, you're going to be very limited to business credit like net 30 vendors, store cards, and fuel cards. Real business owners have no need for such low quality funding. We need real cash credit from the bank that we can use for marketing, investments, advertising, hiring employees, and so on. And the banks require you to personally guarantee their business credit cards, loans, and lines of credit. There is no something for nothing. The banks are not going to take the risk for you. You're the business owner, you're the entrepreneur. Take responsibility and sign for your business funding. Once you get over that hurdle and that limiting belief and mindset, you can start a brand new LLC and you can get your free EIN letter from irs.gov. And with your articles of organization and your EIN letter, you can go open a business checking account at, let's say, Chase Bank or Bank of America, and you can apply and be approved for a business credit card or two, even on a brand new business, just because you have good personal credit scores. That's how these funding companies are able to acquire funding even on a brand new business. You see, business credit cards approve even brand new businesses, whereas larger lines such as business lines of credit and business loans typically require either proof of revenue or minimum 1 to 3 years in business. Now you might be thinking, why would anybody want a credit card? Aren't those things like a complete ripoff? Normally, you'd be right, but many business credit cards at major banks come with zero interest for the first year or even 18 months. And many of these cards have a 1% minimum payment. For example, one of my clients needed $35,000 to start his own barbershop. He used $15,000 for chairs and other equipment, and he used the other $20,000 for the deposit on the lease and to prepay the lease for a few months. This is a zero interest Chase card. It was actually 2 zero interest Chase cards. One was $25,000, the other was like $17,500. And the minimum payment was 1%. Only on what you use. So he used $35,000 and he only had to pay $350 on that $35,000. And sure, it's zero interest only for the first 12 months, but from chair rent, having other barbers in his shop, and his own profits from cutting hair, he can pay that all back within the zero interest introductory period. And to put that into perspective, a personal loan for $35,000 at 15% interest, right now interest rates are trash, and 3-year repayment term would have a monthly payment of $1,213. That's almost quadruple the minimum payments on a 0% card. And for that reason, that's why 0% cards can be a great way to finance a business or an investment property if you can pay it back in a timely manner. Now, I know what you're thinking. Isn't the average credit card just about like a $15,000 limit? How did they get large amounts like $250,000 or even 6 figures like they claim? This is where credit card stacking comes into play. You can actually get multiple credit cards approved from multiple banks when you implement the right strategy. You see, many banks only check one of the 3 credit bureaus, Experian, Equifax, or TransUnion. Let's say you went ahead and got approved for 2 Chase Business Inc. credit cards and you received 2 hard inquiries on your Experian bureau when applying for those cards. You can then go apply for, let's say, 2 American Express business credit cards, getting 2 more inquiries on your Experian. Once you get 3 or 4 recent inquiries on a specific bureau, other lenders will stop approving you until those inquiries are either removed or they mature for about 6 months. And that's because you're presenting yourself as a risk for having too many recent inquiries. Studies show that those with many recent inquiries are desperate for credit and more likely to file for bankruptcy. Well, let's say after you got the 2 Chase cards, 2 Amex cards, you went ahead and applied for 2 Bank of America cards, and they pulled your TransUnion bureau. They won't see the inquiries from your Chase and American Express approvals, and they will go ahead and approve you. And the same goes for lenders that only check your Equifax. Essentially, you can get 2 to 4 credit cards approved per bureau. It's really just knowing which lenders pull what bureau and which are more inquiry sensitive than others. For example, Chase is inquiry sensitive bank that typically needs to be applied for first. If you have a few inquiries on your Chase in the last week or 2 or month, they might deny you. Whereas Amex is more lenient. Even if you have 3 or 4 or 5 inquiries, American Express is one of the easiest business credit cards to get approved for, and they will still approve you. For that reason, we like to front load Chase at the beginning of this funding sequence, and we do Amex later. So is it really possible to get up to $250,000? With the right credit profile, liquidity, and relationships, it is. You see, by having a lender's personal credit card or bank account, you have a relationship with that lender, and you're not only more likely to be approved for their business credit cards, but to be granted higher limits too. For example, let's say 2 individuals have 800 FICO scores, but one has a bunch of useless store cards like Community Bank, Synchrony Bank, Macy's, and the other has, Chase, Amex, Wells Fargo, US Bank, and Bank of America. When these 2 individuals apply for business funding, individual number 2 will get higher limits approved and have better approval odds because all the banks will see he has pre-existing relationships with them. At banks like Chase and a few others, we routinely get high limits approved, like $50,000 per card, by applying through a business relationship manager or a BRM. These relationship managers are usually for high-profile clients with multiple 6 figures in funding in the bank account. At Chase, to become a private client, it's usually $250,000 or more, but there are strategies to get a relationship manager without having that much liquid funds. The reason why you want to apply through a business relationship manager is that they could have your application manually underwritten and approved for much higher limits than what the computer would normally approve you for. That's how we're able to secure these $50,000 approvals on a single card. And that's what makes it possible to get to the $250K mark by acquiring a few high limit cards. Again, this is not possible for most individuals. The average individual will usually get about $60,000, even on a brand new business, just by leveraging the best local lenders in their area and any pre-existing relationships they already have. So that pretty much wraps it up, guys. Let's do a quick recap. It's possible for even a brand new business to acquire upwards of $250,000 in 0% interest funding via a strategy called credit card stacking. Even brand new businesses qualify for business credit cards, and many come with 0 interest and low minimum payments for the first year, which make them great for working capital. Most lenders only check 1 of the 3 credit bureaus, and this enables you to get multiple approvals across multiple bureaus and upwards of 3 to 4 approvals per bureau, totaling 9 to 12 0% business credit approvals. And that's how credit card stacking works. With the right credit profile, the right personal relationships, and liquidity in the banks, it's possible to get high limits approved of upwards $50K per card, enabling one to stack multiple 6 figures in funding even on a brand new business. Follow for more funding tips. I just gave away the 6-figure funding secrets of funding companies across the nation. If you haven't already hit that like button, you're welcome to do so right now. I'll wait. What are you waiting for? I just gave you so much value. All you got to do is move your little thumb and tap that like button. Just kidding, guys. As always, if you found this video valuable, please drop a comment below and smack that like button so we can share this valuable information with other entrepreneurs and business owners. Also, please comment below what questions you have. What else do you want to learn about credit or funding? I'm going to be releasing some of my best videos, so you better hit that subscribe button and tap that notification bell. Otherwise, you're going to miss out. This is Colin Matthew, guys, and I'll see you guys on the next one.